What's happening, everybody? We got that seat put out there on the channel, and everybody, I guess some of the people didn't realize we put one in the K10. But here's a picture of, or a video of what we got. We hadn't done an update on the interior of the truck since we've actually got everything put in. And it's been this way for a while. New Benzel, new steering wheel, new seat. We're lacking the AC vent right there, but other than that, we kept the white on the dash, underbody of the dash, just to, like I did on the other truck. I told y'all we're paying homage to what we had before. Yeah, I mean, it may be a little silly or whatever, but until, you know, he decides, the guy that owns it behind the camera, he wants to change it up. I mean, it kind of, you know, it represents what it used to be. You can kind of see and remember, you know, it used to be white and where we come, and that's kind of where I was going with it. If you color and match everything up and fix everything, you ain't got nothing to look at, you know, that used to be in some videos. But anywho, here's the seat. Few people want to know about the tubing. It's about 4.5. I'll move out of the way in a minute. 4.5 feet of channel. It's square, 1/8 inch thick. I didn't do the 1/4 inch. Y'all could do the 1/4 inch if you wanted it, but 1/8 inch square tubing. It's a 1.5 by 1.5 on the front, and the back is a 1 by 1. I gotta get this put back on. These are the covers that goes on these things here, and this seat didn't come with all the little tabs to connect it back on. So what I done on the other side, I stuck a screw in it, a self-tapper, just stuck it in that metal, which would be, when it sets on here, like, we never got around to putting this on. We went to battle last year and was in such a hurry, we just didn't get to it, but it's kind of an out of sight, out of mind. But just find you a spot there and put your self-tapper in it. It can be a black one. I mean, that's what I've done on the other side. I'll show it to you in a minute. But the channel, getting back to that, carriage bolts, you can slide these foam pieces, the whole assembly apart if you want to. I didn't choose to. I just had this seat up and drilled through the bottom of the seat where the actual metal bar, the frame of the seat, I could feel it with my hands. Pretty easy to feel where you're drilling. So just pop you a hole, and you can reach through the back of this thing and just feel where you're going with the hole. After it comes through, you just, you know, pop a hole through the metal and then take the carriage bolt, stick in there from the top down. So it's got something to grab onto. If you try to use regular bolts, you're gonna sit here and have to put a wrench in and be spinning, and it's just too much aggravation. Just might as well just strip it down. We're just trying to find the easiest method rather than tearing everything apart. But the K10, you can get in there now and kind of look, but the K10 seat track that went to the original bench seat in this truck is there. It mounts in the factory location. And those square tubings, like I told you, that 1 by 1, or 1.5 by 1.5 on the front, you can see it right there, it runs all the way across. And we got the adjuster, the factory adjuster, still on there. We just basically had to cut it. It was sticking too far out and catch your leg, and I cut it in half to re-weld it back to that bracket under there. But basically what we're doing right now, we're just grabbing it and adjusting it as we need, up, back and forth. But it's really no need to adjusting because it's perfect. I mean, it gives you plenty of room. You got more seat room, more leg room. So we could just put a plastic stop on the front of it, and it wouldn't be a big issue on the adjuster. But like I say, man, that's what we done. Had a bunch of questions wanting to know, you know, the size, the length, and all that good stuff. Like I say, on the old 63, we may not do this same setup, but just for the simple fact that I don't think we're going to ever run into an issue where we need to slide the seat forward. That truck's kind of small, and I'm 5'7". I could touch the pedals fine. And even when I fabbed the gas pedal up, and this one, we adjusted it back, so it was perfect for, not me, for Noah. So, and he's a little taller than me. I think he's like, what, you like 5'9"? So he's got plenty of leg room. His legs are longer. So, I mean, the only thing I have trouble with on the old truck is the dimmer switch. It's further up than this one. So, but that's really no, I mean, not a deal breaker, because I've been contemplating putting it up somewhere like on the steering column in the old truck, so that we can have it like a modern, just a flipper switch instead of that mess on the floor. But it looks cool. I mean, whatever. But we'll go around the other side and give you a look at that. Kind of give y'all an idea of what we got. But and we kept the factory seat belts. That's one thing too that I didn't mention before, was this one. In the middle of all this, over time, the spring in here came loose or something, so it won't retract now. So I got to take that apart, try to figure out what's going on. But this is, I mean, actually almost matched color-wise. So the factory seat belt that was in the other truck, or the other seat, shall I say, fished up through the crack of the seat, and we kept that in the same stock location also. So we have it sticking down. It's a little tight on the driver's side, but these seats came with like a little hook. So what we done to keep from losing that neck of that seat belt where it hooks, we just zip tied it to the back of it, zip tied it to that little hook that's inside the seat where it folds down. So like I say, this is what I was telling y'all. It folds down. I mean, we got a sub back there, and just, you know, got your seat red, or the cup holder. But you can see over here, same thing. I mean, the mount under there for the track, I mean, it looks nice and clean. We didn't paint it, of course. I was in a hurry again, but all that kind of stuff can be touched up, you know, once you get it in. So it looked good enough. We won some trophies with it, with the truck. Nobody's got that deep into it anyway, so, but just kind of I was trying to think anything that would help y'all. I don't know of anything else I'm missing, do you? But we tried a seatbelt extender over there on the driver's side. Had some guys ask, you know, that could you get to it? It's kind of I won't say it's hard to get to, because you can still hit the seatbelt latch to unlatch it. You know, for a bigger guy, you know, we had a couple guys was like, you know, they're like 225, 250, asking us could they get to it. I mean, I don't think it'd be a problem. Just for, you know, it's not going to be one of those just, you know, pop over and pop in. You're going to have to kind of grab it, hold it, and stick it in. But it's doable. I mean, it's not like, you know, I'm like 180. We've had a couple people's like 225, 250 driving it, just and put the seatbelt on. So, I mean, it's not been an issue. So it shouldn't be an issue for anybody else. I mean, the biggest person I think we've had in here behind the steering wheel was like maybe 6 foot, probably around 225. So this truck didn't have tilt steering. Just, you know, the regular old get behind it and go with it type deal. We just painted it and cleaned it up a little bit to make it look nicer, but had a rearview mirror on. But that great glue kit that it comes with, it gets hot out here and fell off, so we got to put that back on. So even when you get done with stuff, guys, y'all still gonna have to work on stuff. It never ends. But anyway, we had custom door wood pieces on the handle here, the grab handle. These actually probably need to be replaced. We just painted them up with some vinyl paint. It's held up pretty nice, but did 5% tint. We did do that upgrade. It had a lot of purple tint on it when we first started doing this. So I took the third windows out, redone all the gaskets in it, and tried to get everything where it would seal up. But I'm not happy with this setup. We went with LMC on these gaskets on these doors, and they still, even to now, and they've been on here, I know, a couple years now, it's still hard to shut. They don't. You can adjust these strikers when you put new ones on, you adjust your striker out to keep your door from just being in such a bind until you get a little heat on them. And they'll eventually soften up with the heat and the door shuts like it's supposed to. But these are still giving us fit. So they make a almost like a foam type deal from, I think, Classic CPP, I think it is. Classic Industries, one of the two. But anyway, we're going to try those on the old truck and see if they work better than these did. And we're probably going to have to upgrade those. I just don't like these. And you end up shutting the door and you still have just a little bit of a lip. I mean, and you can adjust that, like I say, with the striker. So this door was in so bad shape when we first started this thing, just rusting inside and everything, and I fixed it. So the best I could fix it without just doing some major surgery, and it's held up. But we're probably going to look around just to go ahead and get our hands on a couple of doors, maybe some new old stock or something, just to keep. When we get the pole barn kit going, we're going to try to put a loft in that thing so we can put some spare parts in there. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it, y'all. Just kind of wanted to give you an idea of what it looks like now versus if you go back and look at what we had. The old seat was sitting over here. I know I got it on Facebook for sale for like a couple $100. I mean, but I got to digging in it. The frame's so shot. I just don't know if it can be salvaged. I mean, if it does, it's going to cost a fortune to do it. So, and a lot of guys want to go back, you know, with a factory setup. But to me, I mean, this right here gives you more room. To me, they're more comfortable. This one just needs to be arched up just a little bit, but we're going to get to that. Like I said, battle's coming up in May. We're going to touch up and do a lot of stuff for this one to get it back where it's ready to go back up there. Not necessarily want to win anything, but we want to make sure it looks 100%. I think they're taking like 2,000 entries this year, so I want to kind of get it back to where we had it when we took it the last time. And our paint on this side, we're fixing to shoot it again. Had some issues with the bed, but we'll get to that when we get ready to do it. Trying to get this pole barn, get it up, get it walled in, floor in it, get us somewhere to paint. We've been doing it outside. We're into middle of January around here. If you don't have stuff done by, you know, early March, like first, second week, latest, it starts getting windy. Then you got April showers, and you're just fighting the weather. And that's what happened with this. We had just painted it right before battle last year. I think it was like 2 days prior. I mean, we literally had everything stripped off of it, and no longer than we had shot it. It was like not even 2 or 3 minutes went by. It started sprinkling, and it got a little bit on the paint. And of course, we had to, you know, scuffed it up as best we could, sanded it back down, reshot it real quick. But we've had, I think, moisture problems just in that little section right there. Just some shrinking and different stuff with the paint going on. But I mean, from 20 foot, 10 foot looks great, but you get up close to it, it's got some issues going on with it. But like I say, I mean, we're not perfect. We're not by any means claiming to be professionals. I'm shooting this with a Harbor Freight. I mean, I got the good gun that they sell. I mean, I did the reviews on that. Everybody said they was just as good as a high quality gun. So I don't think the gun's the issue. I think the moisture we had in the air is the issue, because we parked this thing where the Kubota goes, and I'm gonna tell y'all, it was tight. Like, it's 8 foot across there, and we had the mirrors tucked in, and the tires were hitting. I mean, if we bumped it, shed post. So we just got to do something different. It's that's why we want to get this set up. We're going to try to get it where we got some exhaust fans, and, you know, not have to worry when we shoot something. Even if we shot it outside, we'll have somewhere to put it immediately back in, and keep it covered. So y'all, hopefully that'll help y'all. Like I say, on the 63, I don't really have any slides that come out of the truck, which I welded all the factory holes up. So so far that thing looks perfect. I mean, like I showed you on the other video, it rained us out a couple of days, so I ain't got a chance to get back to that. I got to go. There's a place here that sells channel and all kind of just metal and steel I buy from. I don't try to buy it from like Home Depot or anything like that, or Tractor Supply. It's just too expensive. We actually got this stuff for free. So Escafab, anybody works up in Atmore, Alabama, we appreciate y'all. Shout out to y'all for helping us out with this build, because basically you guys saved us some money. You know, we need to throw y'all a bone there, say thanks. Gonna come back to see y'all pretty soon to get some for the old truck. So, and we got some, I got to get some 1x1 to get that bed framed up with. So that's a whole nother thing going on. We're gonna try to weld that up, and then we're gonna try to build our own kit to go into bed instead of buying it. But the seats are nice, y'all. If you have any questions at all, just shoot us a comment. We're seeing them. We got y'all, you know, everything on where we can see your comments, and we're trying to get everybody caught up. If we miss you, shoot us another one if you don't hear from us in a day or so. I mean, you know, if you have to, just pop us another one. So we're trying to catch everybody on any questions. So by all means, like I said, we want to help everybody out. But that's what we got, and we appreciate y'all. Y'all like, subscribe if you hadn't already. And again, we appreciate y'all. And hey, if y'all see anything that we could do better, just pop a comment too. I'm all ears. But we appreciate y'all.